Hallo und willkommen zu einer Folge Tower of Fantasy. So, wir schauen heute mal, was wir Neues über Lynn erfahren. Lynn hat sich herausgestellt, dass die anscheinend irgendwas da mit den Grauraum-Identitäten zu tun hat, auf jeden Fall. Und Ruby. Irgendwas haben die auf jeden Fall mit denen zu schaffen. Und jetzt soll ja hier irgendwie ein Verhör stattfinden, angeblich. Angeblich zur Wolkenspitze. Was ist denn die Wolkenspitze? Da waren wir auf jeden Fall noch nicht. Ja. Ist einfach auf der anderen Seite von dem Teil. Toll.
Miss Lynn, let's go in.
Don't forget what I told you before you slept.
I remember.
Then wait here for me. I'll be right out.
Uh-huh.
Let's go then.
Let's go.
Okay. Amia bleibt auch draußen. Oh shit. Ich glaube, das sollte da nicht auftauchen.
Ruby?
Okay. Okay. Alles klar. Tja. Ja, das ist halt rot, ne? Die sind nicht rot. Soll es rot sein? Ich glaube, es ist nicht gut, dass es rot ist. Okay, gehen auf jeden Fall weiter. War gut, dass wir eben ja quasi in der Cutscene da schon weggelaufen sind. Jetzt standen wir wieder da oben. Okay, was ist das hier jetzt? Wolkenspitze, Ratskammer. Da steht wir, wollte gerade sagen, oben jetzt drauf. Hey, noch länger laufen, ey. Alter, ein Roboter.
Looks like we have two new faces in our midst.
Oh, let me introduce you. These two are Executor and Shirley from District 9. This is...
Hello, I'm Tianlong. Hey, Lyra, why don't you come and say hi?
Greetings, I'm Lyra. Tianlong is District 7's High Executor and is dispatched on a mission. Ms. Lyra is the current president of the Madeline Foundation, as well as Archon Larson's special consultant.
I'm sorry that my work required me elsewhere.
No, everything happened because of me. Sorry for taking up all your time.
Now that we're all here, let's get started.
Archon Larson.
I believe everyone here already knows about what happened a few days ago at the Listener Conference. Despite how the puppet singer was destroyed, and the artificial Christomax was relocated, it has a significant effect on things. Many have started questioning whether or not Miroria's defense systems are able to withstand gray space entity attacks. These concerns are understandable, since gray space entity attacks have never happened inside Miroria. If we cannot guarantee our denizens' safety, it stands to reason that we will lose their trust. Captain Saki Fuwa has doubled the patrols in Miroria, and Lyra will be assisting in upgrading the city's current surveillance systems. However, these are but contingencies and responses to an emergency incident. We need to prevent similar situations from taking place in the future. Lynn, Captain Saki Fuwa should have already relayed the results of the investigation to you. Would you please explain why you concealed the fact that the puppet singer could communicate with you? And what exactly did it say to you?
Now that the Security Special Forces reports are out, There's nothing more I could say other than, I'm sorry, Archon Larson. I concealed it not because I have an agenda or harbor ill will. There are just some things that I feel are not ready for the public eye.
Forgive me for being frank, Miss Lin. This thing has profound influences. If we can't work together and solve this crisis together, I'm afraid...
Archon Larson, please let me handle the follow-up to this incident. I promise I'll present a satisfactory answer to everyone. I'll just need some extra time.
Lin, I've trusted you, and I'm willing to believe that there is a reason for your actions. However, I cannot allow you to put the whole city in danger.
Archon Larson is responsible for the safety of the entire city. Please understand that, Lin.
It spoke Ruby's name. That's the kid who hangs around you. The Security Special Forces have completed their investigation into Ruby's identity and past, and found no activities beyond the last 2 years. Lin, who is this kid?
Archon Larson, I vouch for Ruby that she's always been a good kid. I'll educate her well and be held responsible for all her actions.
I don't need you to take responsibility. I only want to know what the relationship between that kid and the artificial Crystamax parasitized monster is.
Security alert. All non-combatants, please proceed to the nearest exit.
Okay, passiert wieder was.
Archon Larson, please give the order.
Also ich glaube auch nicht, dass Lin irgendwie eine Böse ist oder so.
You have your
Also ich glaube auch schon, dass sie eine gute ist. Aber ich würde trotzdem gerne wissen, aber wie gesagt, meine Vermutung ist ja eh schon, dass irgendwie Ruby auch irgendwie aus der Raum-Entitätenwelt da kommt.
Captain, that artificial Crystamax suddenly went out of control.
Das ist so meine Vermutung.
We're sending machine guards to suppress it.
That artificial Crystamax again. What's going on with it?
Ja, schnell zurück. Da haben wir eben ja schon gesehen, dass er da anfängt, irgendwie rot zu leuchten. Was er ja wahrscheinlich nicht sollte.
Look, the storage vessel for the artificial
Nee, noch
Crystamax
weiterlaufen.
is completely shattered. What happened here?
The machine guards couldn't stop it. We have to find Ruby.
The wreckage went through the room
Ja,
ahead.
die wollen halt Ruby zurückhaben irgendwie, ne? Auf jeden Fall wollen die Ruby haben. Vielleicht schlummert eine Ruby auch nur irgendeine krasse Kraft oder so und die wollen die für sich beanspruchen oder sowas der Art und Weise. Könnte auch sein. Der Bot ist nicht mehr hier, so wie es hier aussieht. Und vielleicht ist sie doch noch da.
Don't come any closer! Lin!
Erstmal scannen. Alles klar. Okay, jetzt hat der komische Apparat da die
Captain Saki Fua,
Questamax-Ding da eingesorgt.
Archon Larson.
take Ruby to the infirmary and keep her safe.
Yes, sir.
Lin, I need an explanation from you.
Erstmal ausatmen. So, erklär mal hier, was hier los ist.
The artificial Crystamax has caused many security incidents. I hope now you can see how this thing doesn't just affect you and Ruby, but all of us.
Archon Larson, I will give you all the information I have, but I have a request.
You can give me your demands, but I can't promise anything.
I need you to give me your word that you'll assure Ruby's safety after hearing what I have to say. Ruby is not really a human. She's the result of an experiment trying to fuse humans and gray space entities.
Damit habe ich jetzt nicht gerechnet.
What? Ruby. She's...
Das ist halt Mensch, halb Raumidentität.
Gray space entity.
Oder
just
nicht?
like what Dr. Clive did.
Oder ist ja komplett künstlich.
To a certain extent, yes. Ruby and the artificial gray space entity in the listener testing ground are the same. That artificial Christomax may be attracted to Ruby. Do you remember who Rubilia is, Archon Larson?
Dr. Rubilia, the first supervisor of Project Listener. That kid is a true genius. If it weren't for the accident, she could have achieved much and given much to Meroria.
An accident?
2 years ago, in a routine collection mission on the surface, Rubilia went missing in a gray space entity attack. Her project was then handed off to Dr. Clive, who used to be her assistant.
Wait, what happened to Dr. Rubilia took place 2 years ago. And that's also when Ruby appeared in Meroria. Ruby? Rubilia?
Rubilia used her own genetic code to fuse with the gray space entity in the experiment. That's how Ruby was born.
Fusing human DNA with that of the gray space entity is directly forbidden by Archon Harunobu. What Dr. Rubilia did was madness.
Since her father died, Rubilia's been running those forbidden experiments in her secret lab. I only learned of it when I found her journal by accident. I put a stop to her experiments and sealed off the lab. Out of many concerns, I didn't make it public. Instead, I exiled Rubilia out of Meroria.
You mean she didn't go missing because of the gray space entity attack, but it was by your orders?
Yes, I only wanted this thing to go away at the time. Rubilia's experiments were too extreme. I didn't know what would happen if they went public, so I leveraged my position to conceal it all.
If Rubilia really did create a superior abyssant with human intelligence and in human form, but outside of human control...
Ja, Ruby gehorcht ja doch, Alter. Was habt ihr denn für Probleme?
for all mankind. Lynn, how many like Ruby are out there? Are there any in this city that remain undiscovered?
Archon Larson, Ruby is the only test subject left alive. She possesses a human mind. I can assure you that she'll not lose control and become a monster and threaten the safety of everyone.
Even if you can prove that Ruby doesn't pose a threat, there's been no change in her situation after she absorbed that artificial Christomax. We cannot be certain if she'll be affected or controlled by the
Der Zustand hat sich nicht verändert. Das ist ja schon gerade 30 Sekunden her, ne?
Execute and Shirley, please stay here.
Hätte ja was sich verändern können, den Zustand.
After they run a full checkup on Ruby.
Larson, I only wish for Ruby to be treated as a human, not a monster locked up in a cage and studied in a lab.
I have my own thoughts on this, but I can assure you that Ruby will be safe. Captain Saki Fuwa, with me.
Yes.
Ja. Damit habe ich jetzt tatsächlich nicht gerechnet, dass das auch eine künstliche ist einfach. Ich habe ja echt gedacht, kommt irgendwie quasi einfach irgendwie aus deren Welt oder so. So, Prüfarbeit begleitet Ruby und verängstigte Mitarbeiter irgendwas. Okay, damals schon. Dann war wahrscheinlich irgendwie auch nicht wichtig, was da stand. War bisher nie wichtig, was da stand.
Ruby is still in a coma. We did a full examination on her, but due to her unique physical conditions, we cannot assess her status using normal human standards. Dr. Clive is assessing Ruby's situation, but he informed us that it might be difficult to do so with our current technology, since she's the first human hybrid. Lynn, there must be some research data left behind in Rubilia's lab, right?
Yes, even though I sealed off the lab, I did not destroy the research data. I planned on revealing the whole thing once Project Listener made some progress.
We're facing a problem, and the redacted data may hold the key to solving it. We cannot wait any longer. Only you know the location of the lab, Lynn. I will need you to take a team and retrieve the research data.
Yes, sir.
I'll send someone to go with you. The safety of Meroria hangs in the balance, and we cannot afford another accident.
Ja, was kommt jetzt noch? Ah, da sind die beiden, ja.
Archon Archon Larson has told me all about it. Ms. Lin, it seems like you've kept quite a number of things from us.
Tianlong, Miss Lyra.
Lin, long time no see.
Miss Lyra will remain in Meroria to assist us with this investigation. Tianlong will go with you to the restricted experiment zone. Lin, do not disappoint us again.
Oh, you got Archon Larson so mad?
If you have time to chit-chat, why don't you contribute to planning our next move?
Okay, reden wir mit ihm.
Huh. Looks like we're the ones tasked with the special op. Captain Lin, what dangerous mission will we be going on this time?
Why so serious? We're just investigating an abandoned lab, aren't we?
Huh? Archon Larson recalled me for an emergency situation. And it turned out to be such a simple mission?
Your mission is not just to assist with the investigation, but to keep an eye on me. I am now in your charge.
Ms. Lin, that's not a nice thing to say. I'm only here to help you complete the mission. That's all.
Miss Lin, what do we have to know about that lab?
There are no security systems installed in the lab, but it holds a great number of gray space entity samples. The samples should either be in stasis or deceased, but we really don't have enough information. Stay vigilant. I've relayed the lab coordinates to you. Make sure you've received them. If there are no further questions, let's head out.
Okay. Dann würde ich aber sagen, das war es erstmal für heute. Etwas entspanntere Folge, hauptsächlich nur zugehört. Aber war ja auf jeden Fall ganz interessant. Und dann vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen und bis zum nächsten Mal. Ciao.